Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Hamizah Mizamri. My matrix number is 2020-990-751, and I'm from group 8. My lecturer's name is Wan Nur Azlin binti Wan Abdul Rahman. So today I would like to present about Malaysia Federal Constitution has guaranteed the independence of judiciary in its judiciary administration. Discuss factors to ensure independence of the judiciary in Malaysia as stated in the Malaysia Federal Constitution. Federal Constitution. Malaysia notable law was the Federal Constitution, which was influenced in the year 1957. The Federal Constitution established Parliament and empowers it to enact laws. The three main branches of government. The first one is the executive branch of the government, consists of the Prime Minister as the lead of the government, followed by various ministers of the cabinet. It formulates various socio-economic policies and development plans for the development of the country as a whole. The second one is legislature. The bicameral parliament consists of the lower house, the House of Representative, Dewan Rakyat, and the upper house, the Senate or Dewan Negara. The last one is judiciary. Judiciary of Malaysia is largely centralized despite Malaysia Federal Constitution, heavily influenced by the English common law as well as Islamic jurisprudence. So we move to the next slide, which is what is independence of judiciary and importance of independence of judiciary. Judicial independence is the concept that the judiciary should be independent from the other branches government. Court should not be subject to improper influence from the from the other branches of government or from private or partisan interests. It is vitally important in a democracy that individual judge and the judiciary as a whole are impartial and independent of all external pressures and of each other, so that those who appear before them and the wider public can have confidence that their cases will be decided fairly and accordance with law. Factor to ensure independence of judiciary. First factor is appointment of the judge. Have three methods in appointing judge, which is election by the legislature, election by the people, and appointment by the executive. The judge can appoint by election by judge, in which the state legislature votes on who will serve on the state general jurisdiction and appellate courts. The advantage of this judicial system include ensuring that judges are accountable to people, because those who choose them are subject to the public vote, allowing candidates to be effectively screened. Having knowledgeable people to choose the judge, reducing the need for campaigning and holding the legislature accountable for the judge they choose. So we go to the next method, which is election by the people, because judge will be highly political. This is the worst way. Judicial decisions are influenced by a variety of internal and external factors, including legal, personal, ideological, and political pressure. Judicial independence is vital to everyone because it assures that judges are free to make decisions in a fair and unbiased way based on the law and facts, without fear or intervention, control, or undue influence. Then we go to the last method, which is lastly, because judge appointed by the administration are unlikely to be influenced by popular opinion or political consideration. Appointment by the executive is the most appropriate way for judging the characteristic required for judicial service. Appointed judge may feel obligated to the executive and legislative branches for their appointment.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Aimina Syairah. I will present about judicial nature. Judicial period is a period of service, usually during good behavior with compulsory retirement at a certain age. In Malaysia, judges hold office until the age of 66, refer to Article 101 to 5 of the Federal Constitution. As appointed, they cannot be dismissed at the request of the highest executive, President or Prime Minister. Judges cannot be the subject of dismissal by the executive. They can only be removed for serious offences committed. Judges can work independently if they have security. If a judge tenure depends on the coercion of a particular person or agency, freedom cannot be ensured. The judicial crisis in Malaysia in 1998 saw the president of the Supreme Court, Tun Saleh Abah, removed the office. Next, promotion of judge based on performance and seniority. This should be done by the executive on the recommendation of a committee of judges and provide a list of minister judges on each year. For promotion, if there is a vacancy, a higher court, the committee of judge may recommend the name from the lower court that is considered best for the position. Seniority, ability, and legal superiority. Reputation should be the basis of promotion. Next, salary. Fees and education salaries earned by judges to prevent corruption in Malaysia. Judge remuneration and other conditions of appointment, including pension, cannot be charged. All judge remuneration can be found in the judge remuneration. Judge salaries are leveled on the confederate fund without requiring parliamentary approval. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Daniel bin Azdi Maznan. So next, factors to ensure independence of judiciary in Malaysia, as stated in the Malaysian Federal Constitution, is high qualification. The Constitution provides the judges with particular and high skill. The individual entitled to be a judge shall be an Indian citizen, shall have at least 5 years experience as a High Court judge, or at least 10 years experience as a High Court advocate or a famous jurist. Thus, the judiciary is appointed to judge only those with good qualification and expertise. Last but not least is non-interfere of the executive. The judges should be free of the executive authority. It might modify the judgment in line with its own wishes. Because it controls the legislature, it will be a limitless state commander. The judges cannot thus play an autonomous role. The will of the judges should not be tied to the will of the government, but the administration of the judiciary should be held responsible. So in a conclusion, in short, Malaysia Constitution guarantees such dimension fairly effectively, notwithstanding the overlaps in the membership roles and competence. The power is divided between the judiciary on the one hand and the executive and the legislature on the other. The Constitution, for example, makes explicit roles of the three institutions. Thus, the Malaysia system is much better than the UK. Yet, it is closer to the UK and the US model, since we have controls and equilibriums available to avoid power and mismanagement. Perhaps it is necessary to ensure that controls and balance are in place sufficiently efficient to avoid so-called abuse of power. Although numerous attempts were made to measure the judiciary independence, most were not tremendously effective in various nations. The difficulty in obtaining reliable data on this issue is part of failing. However, the measurement of the concept also presents challenge. Thank you very much.